Hello, welcome to Clark Technologies. In this video, we will going to see some best practices in Mule 4. Okay, into which we are going to discuss two topics today. The first one is sometimes you might have faced an issue while adding the AnyPoint platform authentication in your AnyPoint Studio. While adding that username password in your studio, the browser won't get open. Some issue you might have find. So today I will show you how to fix that issue. Maybe some of you are already aware of it. This is for just for pressures or with anyone if doesn't know the tip. This will be useful for them. And our second topic would be instead of using the default API kit travel flows, how we can map the API kit router mapping in a different way, which is a best practice to follow in Mule 4. Okay. Okay, let's get started. So for our first topic would be how to fix that browser issue. Okay, so what I am saying here is while deploying your application or while adding authentication in your AnyPoint platform, what we are going to do, we are going to Windows, Preferences, and Authentication. Right. So here, while adding this, let me remove this one first. Okay. So okay, no problem. But I will show you how you can add an account. These are the two my previous trial accounts. So I have added it. So what I am trying to say, if you are going to add authentication, you need to click on authentication here. You will use that Cloud Hub browser name, Cloud Hub username and password to add this authentication, right? Sometimes you might feel some issue. I'll show that. See, once you click on configuration, it will ask you for your credentials, or if you are any tagged to any project or any client specific licensed version, you need to select the external identity there. Okay, so here, see, now my browser is getting loaded. So here I can enter my username and password, account I am going to add. I can enter this. I can click on sign in. This authentication will going to add. Okay, this I have already fixed that issue, so that's why it is showing the screen here. Sometimes you might not seen this browser here. Okay, because it will use the inbuilt browser which is not compatible. So you will not get any browser here. Instead of that, it will show you blank screen here. You when you maximize it or minimize it, it will show you some black screen or blank screen here. Huh? In that case, how we can fix that issue? Okay, we have a simple tip and simple workaround for this. So let me show you that. Just to close all these things, go to Windows, go to Preferences, and here, yeah, you need to go here, Browser. By default, it will be taking built-in radio button here. So you need to change this to native. That is the first change. Okay, and the second one would be check for web browser. So you need to just click here, and by default it will be selecting like default system web browser. By default this option is getting selected in your studio. You need to change it to Internet Explorer or Chrome so that it will take the Chrome browser here, and you need to apply the changes, apply and close. Then now you won't get the type of browser issues. So whenever you are trying to add any authentication here, your correct browser will get open. Okay, this is how you can fix that issue. So the first one we have covered. Our second one would be how we are going to map RAML by using API kit mapping in a different method instead of using the default RAML flows and all. Okay, to demonstrate that, I have created a simple RAML. Okay, which is having all the student details or staff details like this, and I have 5 endpoints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 endpoints here. What I will show you first the usual method which we are going to follow, and then I will show you what is the best practice. Okay, so in general, what we are going to do, right? So we are going to create a new project. and while creating it we are importing the trammel here. This is the general method we are following. First thing I will cover the general method, then I will show you the best practice method as I said. Okay, so here we are going to search for that API student. One second. Got stuck. Okay, yeah. So we have imported this and we are going to provide the API name here. I mean the project name. So in this case, I am going to provide API general because this is a general method we are following. So I'll just demonstrate this and then I'll create a new project and I'll show you how we can do that the other method. Okay. So I'm just creating finish. So whenever you click on finish, it will generate a default flows for you. Default flows for all the endpoints which you are going to use here, which you have here in your RAML. All the for each and every resource, it will create a general flow here by using API Kit router flows. Okay, so let's wait for that. I'll show you. Then I'll create a new project. Yeah, so this is how it will generate the default flows with API Kit router. Like this is the main flow, and for each and every resource, it will generate the flows here. And what we will do usually, we will create another configuration file to do the implementation for the specific resources, and we are going to invoke that flows here by using flow reference. Right, I'll show that. Student API impl.xml I'll create. So here what we are going to do for each and every resource, we are going to create an implementation. Maybe it's in the same configuration file or any other configuration file. But we are going to do this implementation flows in a separate manner. And then we will invoke that, right? For now, I have a 5 resources, but for now I will create just 3 resources, 3 flows. Okay. So get students flow. Yes, this is a demo purpose. I'm just going to add one logger in for each and every flow. Get students by student ID flow and create student flow. I'll create these 3 flows. Okay. So I'm going to add loggers just for the demonstration purpose. Okay, so let's assume that we have implemented implementation for these 3 resources. In general, what we are going to do, so based on the resource mapping here, see get student, this is where to fetch all the student details. So I'm going to invoke this get students flow here by using flow reference. So get students flow, yeah. So this is how we are actually going to invoke all the implementation flows in this resource mapping flows. Okay, this is our usual method. Now I will show you the new method. For that I am going to create a new project. How we can do this in a different way. So I'm going to create a new project. Okay, so student API kit mapping. I'll name it in this way. So I'm going to show you from scratch. So that's why I have created a new project. So here I'm not going to import any RAML in this method, but how we can map that API here I'll show you. Okay, so I'm just giving the API name, sorry, project name, and I'm just clicking on finish. Let me close this. So now this is my empty project. Here I don't have any RAML. I didn't import anything here in this project, right? So now how we can add that API here, the RAML here is. So right click on this say project and go to manage dependencies. Click on manage APIs, and here you need to add that API, the student API, the RAML which you have added. You need to add this here. So this is my RAML. I'm adding here. Okay. Now the student API, the RAML which is linked to my empty project. Okay. Now I'm clicking apply. It will ask you for scaffold the student flow specification. It means like it is going to generate the default flows. So you can say no, no problem. Click on OK. So now we just linked that API to this project that will add as a dependency in your pom.xml. If we can observe that. Okay. See here, that will be added as a dependency here in your pom.xml. So now we are good. Now how we can map that implementation flows. Now you can just create your implementation logic first. Okay, so to do that I'm going to create new configuration file, student impl. I'll name it as it is. You can do your implementation flows here just like we did earlier. So I'm going to add 3 flows again. I have added 4 flows. That's okay, no problem. So I'll rename the flow names to make you better understand. So get students flow, get students by student ID flow, okay, and create student flow. Which are all the resources you will already know, like what are the resources available in your RAML, which you have already know. So based on that you will create the implementation flows. Okay, now create student flow. And the fourth one would be, what is my another resource? I have covered this. So this is staff, get the staff details. So I'll name it as get staff flows. Get staff details flow. Okay, so let's assume that we have done with this 4 resources implementation here. Now the main trick comes into picture. So how we can map that? To do that, first you need to create a API kit router. Okay, so just drag and drop the router in your main flow, and you need to just configure this first. So how we can do that? Just double click on this. Here go to router configuration. It will show you the APIs which are mapped to your project. So you need to add that API. And that's the first thing. Then we can map the flows for each and every resource. So here, while configuring the router, you will find this API definition. Here you will find that API which you have added earlier as a dependency. So you need to select this API here, and then here in mappings you need to map the all implementation flows to the each and every resource. So we no need to do manually anything here. I'll show you how we can do this. Click on this plus icon in this mappings. It will open up a window for you, and there you need to select the resource and the file name, sorry, the flow name to map it. Okay. Likewise, you can actually add all the implementation flows to your resources. It will sync up in the backend. Yeah, here if you can search it here, these are all the resource names available in your RAML. For which the RAML you have added. Okay, so I am selecting slash students here, and the action is get method. This is the get method in my RAML. Okay, so content type, if it is a get method, there is no body, so you no need to select any content type. If it is any post method, you need to select the content type for the post body. And here you need to select the implementation flow name. Here this is get student details. This is my flow, so I selected that. So likewise, for each and every resource, you can map your implementation flows in this section instead of mapping that the default API Kit router flows. So students slash students ID. This is to get the student ID students details based on the student ID as a URI parameter, and this is also get method. So I no need to select the content type here. Here I am going to select the flow. This is my implementation flow. I selected it. Okay, let me map one post method, that is to slash students, that is to create the student. So here by default it will take the content type from your RAML. If not, you need to select that appropriate content type here. Is it application slash JSON or application slash XML as per your requirement. Now you need to select the flow as usual here to create the student. Click on OK. So likewise, you can map as many as resources with your implementation flows. Okay, and once you have done all the mapping, you can just save your settings, and you can recheck it by going to configuration XML here like this. It will come like flow mapping as a subsection of your API Kit router. And you can add HTTP listener, and you can add any other components to this main flow. So you can build the complete main flow logic. By default, automatically it will map the implementation flows in the background instead of having all the default flows. So this is the best practice you can follow to map the API Kit router flows without using the RAML flows. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe, watch and like our videos. Thank you.